Monarh, the political parties are promising a lot. For you, the PNC, we haven't heard much from you, though. We don't know what your campaign promises are yet. I think you are yet to speak on your campaign promises. But we are looking at Dr. Mahmood Bawumia, who speaks on taxation, speaks on cutting down on, the number of people who will be in his office. We are hearing John Dramani Mahama also speak on building universities in all 6 new regions. However, he's not going to start projects immediately, with immediate effect. And so you ask yourself a lot of questions. Are these political parties speaking too much just because of votes?
Well, greetings to Gideon, to Ebenezer, to yourself, and to all your technical men and women. I have not seen Brenda.
Yeah.
I suspect that you've given her some day.
A day off, yeah. She's tired. She needs to rest.
First and foremost is that we have 2 political parties that are racing this country to the bottom. Just listen to all the promises that are made by both sides, and none of them is touching on the fundamental issues of restructuring the economy of Ghana. So that Ghanaians can take full control of the economy of Ghana for the benefit of the people of Ghana. The economy of Ghana is being Chinanized.
How? Chinanized as in what? What's that supposed to mean?
Our agriculture is being taken away, and large tracts of land is being taken from Ghanaians. By the time Ghanaians wake up to realize that agriculture is for us, we do not have the land to ourselves. It's been taken away. And these people...
And given to who? The Chinese?
They are buying. They are buying large tracts of lands, go to the Ashanti region in particular, and go and see the Chinese that are producing food from this country. The bulk of the food is not even what we eat. They are producing what they eat. In addition to that, they have brought a concept that is doing retailing, and they call it China malls.
Are they buying the land through individuals or because they
are allodial land owners.
Okay.
And so it depends on the environment you find yourself.
Right.
You get a land. Okay. So if you go to our area, chiefs don't own land. It is the Tindamba. So you get to the Tindamba and then
you buy the land from them.
You buy the land from them. So if you go around and you see this one, and then you turn around, many Ghanaians used to go to China, including Ebenezer, to go and buy other things to come here and sell. Today, a new concept has emerged, and I just saw in Tamale, they use this, what we call prefabs, to construct malls. And in those malls, everything that Ebenezer would have gone to China to go and buy, you find it there. So you take your money and run out there, go and import. By the time you come, it's even much cheaper here because they will pay less from where they buy it. And then Ghanaian businesses are running out. How is that a solution being proposed by any of these that you have just listened? If you sit down and look critically, our extractive sector is completely gone. Completely gone. Ghana doesn't own gold. The lithium that we recently discovered, we are proud that we are going to get about less than 10%. And we are clapping hands for ourselves. Other countries have taken good note that having allowed the private sector, by private sector we normally mean foreigners, to come and take over, they are running away. So in Mexico, for instance, where lithium was going to be public-private partnership, the government has taken over the lithium production, because they realize that by giving the extractive sector to the private hands, they continuously raped and naked their nation. And so they want to take control of their economy. If you take countries that have taken control of their extractive sector, you can just list Libya under Gaddafi. From less than 17% oil ownership to 79% oil ownership. Every Libyan at birth has some money deposited in a bank account for you.
People allege that that's why, Gaddafi was killed.
Precisely. But why? Gaddafi made the life of his people better. He constructed an artificial dam that ensured that a desert country was able to be turned into a green country. Life in Libya reached a crescendo. Of course, you can say that the perfidy of some Libyans led to the killing. In fact, Africa in general led to the killing of Gaddafi. But one man use the extractive sector to transform his economy. Not only do we have oil, which Gaddafi had, we have salt, we have gold, we have diamond. What don't we have? Just mention it. And yet we are poor because of bad and greedy leadership. And then you get up and you are talking about the peripheral issues, away from the issues that will ensure a dramatic transformation of the structure of the economy. Hey, I sit here. I am unable to speak and to communicate in my own language. We have to take borrowed language to be able to understand and to make diagnosis of our problems. If we ask to speak in our own languages, trouble will come on this show. You cannot complete a sentence without adding English.
We're colonized.
You understand? And these are fundamental issues that leaders must be willing to address and confront. We are there. And it's about celebratory status we want to achieve. So, Dr. Mahmoud Maumia, you are in government. The president appoints 125 ministers. You came and you were hailing it, clapping, and saying that it is not about the size, it's about the achievement. All of a sudden, you said that 125 is too much. So you will bring 50. So why were you praising a 125 when you knew and you are very much aware that 50 could do the job? Wow, how is that the case?
So like, you know what Ibn Zanati said, it's his administration.
Which is administration? You are part and parcel of this administration. Look, we have instances when you want to talk, then they will tell you that governance is not just by the ruling party. Governor involves all of us. Is that not what they say?
Yeah, that's true. That's what it is, actually.
No, that's what they tell us, that governance involves all of us.
But that's what it is.
So the vice president is suddenly saying that he, as vice president, is not involved in the administration. Me and the vice president, who is very close and proximate to running this nation.
But we all know that it's different.
Know what?
Running the nation.
Is it not the same vice president that President Akufo-Addo came touting, that the vice president that carries all the knowledge of the world, Vice President Dokite Wiase Nyansa Nyina, is it not President Akufo, said that the vice president had listed the achievement of his Nana Addo's government. The vice president is not the one who is in charge, but he's able to tell the president that, Mr. President, this is what we have achieved. What the vice president was communicating to the president is that he, the vice president, was the one who led those achievements. So if indeed this is what President Akufo-Addo, you remember, we carried a list and said, this is what the vice president said. So what has changed? That the same vice president who could tell Mr. President that, Mr. President, you are unaware, you are oblivious of your own achievement. I, as the vice president, these are the things that I have led you to achieve. Will tell us today that why he is going to cancel e-levy. When we were told by Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, Dr. Gideon Ba, John Bwedu, that Boako, sorry. You got me there. When we were told by these people that the vice president sat in a meeting, actually crafted the e-levy bill. He crafted the e-levy bill. Today, he's telling us that that e-levy is a monstrous tax policy. And I said this, go and check the records. I said that you don't tax working capital. So many businesses are falling off because e-levy is a tax on working capital. I have never seen this. For an economist and a banker to be taxing people's working capital and expect that there will be prosperity in the society is unthinkable. We said it. They ignored us. Today, you somersault and come and tell us that you cancel it when you drafted the bill.
But it can be cancelled. It can be done.
No, but we said, why? You remember that we insisted that any day, anytime there is a change of government, e-levy will be cancelled. At that time we were speaking, the vice president was goading his people on that implement e-levy. So you did not take wise counsel from us. You came and told us that, look, we will move this country away from taxation to production. Just list the number of taxes you have.